Tulad ng isang ibon, tao ay lumilipad. Pangarap ang tanging nais na marating at matupad. Isip ay nalilito pag nakakita ng bago. Lahat ng bagay sa mundo ay isang malaking tukso. Bakit paluluha? Bakit maghihirap? Ayaw mang mangyari ay di masasabi. Sasaktan mo lamang.
Welcome back to Philippines Uncut. I'm your host, Buddy Cunanan. Tonight's topic is Skyjet and discovering the Philippines through this wonderful airline. And tonight we're going to introduce you to Batanes. And joining me still is the President and CEO of Skyjet Airlines, the newest airline on the block, Dr. Joel Mendoza. Joel, welcome back to our second segment.
Thank you.
Now, since you're now an adopted son of Batanes, you're an Ivatan.
Yes.
You saw that video show, very nice, huh? I mean,
Very nice, really nice.
Really, I mean, all the images is exactly what was in my mind. Windswept Batanes, you know?
Yes, yes.
So, let's describe Batanes. I mean, we saw some very beautiful vistas, some beautiful nature scenes, some interesting architecture and homes. What can one see there? What is the thing that draws people, that will draw people to Batanes?
You know what? There's so many words I can express and explain this to you, but I'll try my best. But before I start describing in words, in my feeling, when I got there first time, actually my eyes are in tears. Parang you're overwhelmed. Like, if you look at this spot, it's so beautiful, and then you're gonna move, right? And your eyes don't want to veer away from that side because you want to absorb it pa. And then you look at another one, this is nice also. So every spot that you go around Batanes is amazing.
I'm sure those photos, I mean, the photos are beautiful, no? But I'm sure in real life, in living color, it's like 10, 20 times even better.
It's like as far as the eyes can see. There's no building there. There's no obstruction. You got clear sky, blue water, as far as you can see, as eyes can far.
What about the sunsets and the
sunset?
sunrises?
The air is different. Not the air. The clarity of the pictures that you see, the crisp, clear water and the air is different. I mean, no pollution. Imagine that. And one thing is also nice is the hills, how the water, the people, and the community in harmonious.
It must be a very quiet place, a very tight-knit where the community spirit is still there because as you mentioned, Batanes is so out there, no? It's kind of detached. It really is detached from the rest of the Philippines. It's the farthest, it's the northernmost, one of the northernmost points, no?
Most of the tourists that goes there usually it's the other way around. When you go to a place that is not yet touristically exposed, when a tourist or a bunch of tourists goes to that place, the locals starts picking up a lot of tourist activities or tourist habits and become commercial. In Batanes is different. The process of commercialization is very slow. The thing is, the beautiful part of it, the tourist that goes there in Batanes inherits their tradition. And then when they come back here, they're really like angels. Ang mabait eh. They really become nicer than before they left.
Parang detox. Then you go there and you detox.
Yeah, I think so. They become detox because they're really
detox.
nice. Because I mean, everybody's so honest there, and everybody is so polite. Everybody, when they look at you, they don't think like us in Manila. You know.
It's a very small population, though. How many people? What is the population of Batanes?
Population is about 16,000.
Wow, that's very small. No?
Very small.
Entire Batanes.
Entire Batanes, but it's been steadily in that particular number of population. It's not because they don't multiply or they don't grow. There's a lot of high rate of migration outside the province.
For sure, for economic
no work, no nothing. So most of the relatives are OFWs. They work, mostly I found out they work mostly in Europe.
What is the main economic activity in Batanes or livelihood?
Main economic, I would say government employment. Livelihood, farming and fishing.
Yes.
Everyone is a fisherman. At least one or two of the family or relative is a fisherman and a farmer. Whoever is not employed is a fisherman and a farmer.
Yes.
They usually, they don't really complain much. They don't really look a lot. The people in the town in Basco, they would really look for a lot of work.
Yes.
But from the neighboring side, they know there's no work to be found.
Okay.
So that what they do is like they just go farming. They can really survive by doing that.
Yes. Now,
Yeah.
okay, let's talk about, let's say if I'm a tourist and I'm, let's say, planning a holiday, why will I go to Batanes? Why not go to Cebu, Bohol? You know, I mean, I'm rattling off the most common destinations.
Yeah, really.
Palau, I mean,
One word, it's a mystery.
Yeah. I mean,
It is a mystery. Even I tell you, it's a mystery. Knowing the culture of Batanes and meeting in what really the product of Skyjet for Batanes is the cultural immersion.
Okay.
So if you are a tourist that you bought tickets from us, we sell tickets for sure, we do.
Just tickets. Right?
Tickets we do.
Right.
But
Okay.
the number of sales that we have is not tickets. It's packages. Like 4 days, 3 nights.
Okay. So you it's not, so you guys are like not just an airline, but you sell the entire deal.
Yeah,
no?
yeah. When you see our website,
Yeah.
the first thing you will see is like eco packages.
Eco-
Because eco-cultural
Okay,
packages.
okay.
Because I believe eco-cultural packages or any destination that comes in a package is hassle-free. Why? It's because it's easy to book. We take care of the flight. We take care of the rooms. It's affordable. It's not expensive. Sometimes it comes out more expensive if you break those things.
Yeah, no, of course. Because like you get discounts when you
Because,
bundle.
Yeah, because we're coming.
services.
Remember, we're coming out of a travel agency. So travel agency has a special rate
For sure.
for rooms.
For sure.
And of course, we own the airline. Then we glue them together.
Sure,
Now,
sure.
what
Bundling.
we have is a affordable rate.
How long? I mean, okay, if one were to go to Batanes, what would be the typical itinerary? How many nights?
I would recommend 4 days, 3 nights because 3 days, 2 nights is really too short to really
4
absorb.
days, 3 nights. You know, some
Yes.
people are probably wondering, really, 4 days in Batanes?
They think matagal, eh?
What am I
They think
gonna do
it's
there, no?
too long, right? But it's
So,
not.
tell us, what can one do in those 4 days, 3 nights?
Okay, we have 26 municipalities and we have three islands that you can visit.
Okay.
On the first day, we usually give you a feel of the island. You have a lunch. We serve you local Ivatan food. You
What is
arrive.
Ivatan food?
We have yellow rice. We have. We call it dibang. The other one is fish. It's like a dried fish, flying fish.
Nice.
They cook it differently. They smoke it.
Nice.
We have kamote, the sweetest kamote you can find. We have all organics. We got pako. We
Pako,
got
yes.
pako is like the your seaweed.
seaweed, yes,
Yes.
yes.
All things that you will try in Batanes are all local produce and locally grown.
So, a typical Ivatan cuisine, and then, I mean, how does the tour progress?
Oh, the tour progressed like we bring you to nice spots in the hills. So there's points that you would see South China Sea and in between the archipelago, looking at the direction of where Taiwan would be.
Yes.
And as you travel in the south, you go to the vernacular houses. Walking to the houses.
These are the stone houses
Yes.
that you always see when you talk.
Yes.
I mean, when I think about Batanes, I always think about these stone houses.
Yes.
No, obviously because of the weather
Yes.
there. No, it's
Yes.
one of the few places in the Philippines where it's not bamboo or nipa.
No. It's
No.
made of limestones.
Yes.
And we let you experience and talking to the locals and pretty much they're really friendly. They talk about how how the lives of the daily lives that they do. What is really unique about Batanes is that the places or the traditions that usually see it in books that they never practice anymore many 100 years back is still heavily practiced in Batanes. Like for example, the milling of the rice and the what do you call this, the corn.
Yes.
They don't have machines. They do it like the stones and they
Yeah. Wow.
I mean they grind it among the stones and powderize it all backward and they
Wow.
pound their things like Nothing is like.
It's one of the few places you will
Yeah.
still see that here.
Yeah,
in
and
the
then
Philippines,
when you
no?
go to the back, they don't have stoves. They use kogun. That's how they
Yes.
cook their food and smoke everything up. And the houses are quite different because and they have the second floor and the
Mm.
first floor. The first floor are usually the kitchen.
Yes.
Batanes is, if you don't know, Batanes is 4 season.
Yes.
They have winter.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wait. Okay, define
When-
winter.
when they say
What
winter,
do you mean by winter?
We don't have snow.
Yeah.
When I say winter, they go about 7 degrees during December. Because
Really?
the proximity between Batanes and Taipei and China is very close.
7 degrees.
Yeah, with the wind and everything else.
So you mean to tell me, wait, I could go in December and be walking around those
With
places we just saw,
mittens and
I would have
gloves.
to wear like,
Yes.
I mean, 7 degrees is cold.
I'm not kidding.
That's cool.
You would see in the Facebook or if you Google something, you would see our locals wearing mittens and ear
No,
muffs.
7 degrees is cold.
Yeah, it's cold. It's cold.
Yeah.
Last time I was there was 14 degrees.
Wow.
But when I got out, the wind was blowing so hard,
yeah.
and maybe the 14 dropped to 7. Right?
That's something I never knew about Batanes. It
Yeah.
has this rather temperate climate. I want to go.
Yeah.
I mean, I love winter.
It's amazing. So the first day you go all to Batan area, you go around it, right? You see different municipalities and different has their own character. Now on the second day you would go to Sabtang.
Okay.
This is where the really preserved stone houses is.
Yeah.
Is Sabtang. So you do it by boat, by 35 minutes boat. But the experience going there is actually riding the boat. Because they don't have katigs, they don't have the regular
Outrigger.
outrigger,
Okay,
right?
yeah.
So they have this, they call it falua.
Okay.
It looks like a Portuguese boat to me.
Okay.
When you go to Portugal, it's
Yes.
like a tub.
Yeah.
So it goes
a
like
galleon,
this, right?
like
The
a-
galleon,
like a
right?
galleon.
And to us, we were not used to the waves. They go as high as 3-4 meters and go. The swells go like this.
Well, those are big waves.
The waves, right? So 1 or 2. Sometimes normal, but it's a normal thing for them.
Yes.
So the fishermen, but we never had an accident like that.
When is the best time to go to Batanes?
For me,
Because people always think about Batanes, ay nako, hirap puntahan. It's difficult to go to
Yeah.
because the weather is so unpredictable. The
Yeah.
time it's always hit by typhoons. You
Okay.
get stranded.
yes.
Is that a problem?
In my experience operating the tourism destination Batanes since 2006, it's a seasonal destination. Although the temperatures or the weather has been different now compared to before, you can access Batanes all year round. But the problem is the en route, like going to Batanes. Sometimes we have storms coming in between.
Okay. So you got to divert.
Divert that, or sometimes it's raining so hard here, or some parts of it, going to Batanes is so hard. Sometimes it's raining hard here and it's sunny there. But to be predictable, having a nice clear weather, I would say the tourism for travel to be dependable is between sometime November or December all the way to June, July. When you go to June, July, it's still okay. It's just that there's not a lot of traffic going in there. So it's not a lot of tourists going there. So mostly locals.
So what you're saying, it actually is an all-year destination, but the best time to go would be November to about June.
Yes.
And so during the low season for Batanes, that's when you put in your other destinations. You put in your Virac, your Palawan.
My feel is that the island needs to rest.
Okay, that's interesting. Let's
Yeah.
talk about that. Okay, because as we've seen from the example of Boracay and other places in the Philippines where there has been too many
Yes,
tourists, too much commercialization to the detriment of the local culture.
Exactly.
What are you guys doing to preserve
Well,
Batan culture?
I don't really want to sell tourists. I don't want to send tourists going to June. I always say, tell them na, I may be bad, putting a cap on the tourism industry,
No,
but
kailangan.
kailangan you need to, kasi the
do.
product there is not really making money all year round.
You do.
Kasi the product of Skyjet in that destination, Batanes, is the culture, the people, and the nature.
Yes.
So you need to preserve it. Because what we want to promote now is cultural immersion, which is homestay. Because we have a lot of stone houses being destroyed.
What a shame. They should be protected.
Yeah,
Right,
he was nominated as UNESCO
yes,
before,
of course.
right?
Yep.
But the thing is, since most of the locals had married some foreigners maybe, or maybe they live outside the country, they're OFW, when they bring money,
They
think,
improve the houses a little.
yeah, they want to see like, destroy the stone houses. But
Have a modern house.
yeah, so when you destroy modern houses, they
Don't do it.
destroy the
Oh,
culture,
of
di ba?
course, of
So, but
course.
they can't blame them. They don't know eh.
Yes,
Maybe it's
yes.
too expensive for them to rebuild stone houses,
You know, I've seen in South Africa, there are also fishermen's cottages like that because, South Africa, especially the coast, also similar to Batanes, windswept,
Yeah.
can be harsh. So, in fact, the pictures I've seen, similar to the fishermen's cottages in South Africa, and I've been to some, what they did was they're protected. From the outside, they look like, they were 100 years ago. You go
Exactly.
inside, it's modern.
This is
You're
the way to
there.
preserve. This is
Yeah.
the way. But that is what we're trying to do. My funds and my capacity is so limited. So limited I can't even tell them don't destroy it. So if I'm fast tracking my development, that's why I'm trying to promote homestay program. Let the tourists stay in each house of the stone houses and let them experience living with an Ivatan. And finding out, anyways, we live in a modern world.
Yes.
What is 2 days to live and
course.
find out and experience?
For sure.
And that is the product we want to produce.
2 days without Facebook or
Yeah, no,
Twitter.
no
will be fine,
phone.
it'll be
Just
fine.
relax. Finding how to cook, and feeding, it's going with them and go to the field.
For sure.
For
sure. Joel, I have got a ton of questions left to ask for you. Unfortunately, 1 hour is just 1 hour. It goes by so fast. So, this is
I
not the
know.
first. This is not the last time we're going to have Skyjet
Yeah.
here and talk about other Batanes, Virac, also
Yeah.
Coron, all these other places. But before we go, we have about a minute to close. What are your, maybe you can tell the audience, what your plans are for expansion, where they can get hold of Skyjet, and your message for Filipinos.
Okay. First of all, I'd like to express my feelings over the Philippines. I think it has so much potential. We have 7,107 islands to be proud of and develop. My plan for expansion is, I said, I don't want to grow too fast. But I was already eyeing on how to rub off the success story of the other destination so you can transfer the other income and balance the tourism. So one of the things that I'm looking at is Katiklan, and try to, have an international flight from Taipei or Hong Kong or China. Everybody's going to Katiklan because internationally Katiklan is known. That making that particular part and maybe connecting them to Coron, to Palawan, it's very close. This is already the expansion part. But clearly for expansion, it's not as fast as common carriers that you think. I would like to develop one province at a time. Maybe I would be doing 4 or 3 destinations, that's it. But my wish for Skyjet and most people out there, try to see the Philippines the way I see it, the way we see it. And I think you will be so amazed the potential or the things that you don't normally see. And you want to go back and visit the Philippines again. And me and my wife were talking already. I think they have same experience as most people think. If they want to travel, they either think about where do we travel? We travel to Hong Kong, Singapore, or something. That is the common thing that most people would think. But right now, we're talking about let's go visit the Philippines. Let's check out on some other places. Let's spend the money to the locals. Let's help the province and maybe generate something out of that one. So
Very nice.
thank you.
Very nice. Thank you, Joel. And as you said, you're not selling seats.
Yeah.
You're selling experience.
Yeah, I'll tell people that you can just go to our website,
Yes.
which is www.skyjetair.com. All information is there.
And also on Facebook.
And Facebook, please click us, and communicate with us from Facebook.
Thank you very much, Joel. More power to you and more
Thank
power
you
to
so much.
Skyjet.
Thank you so much.
very much.
Thank you.
So guys, I hope you enjoyed our talk today about Skyjet and about Batanes and about all the wonderful places in the Philippines that you can visit, hopefully through Joel's airline, where they open more places in the Philippines and unlock the beauty of this country to all of you and to everyone out there. So thank you very much, guys, for joining the show. Join us again next week here where we talk about what matters to you because you guys matter the most. I'll see you next week.